Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. This is episode 49 with my co-host Felix. I didn't mess it up. Um,
Good man, good man.
um, if he wants to follow him on Twitter, Sniper Bro, 2015. If you want to know why he's Felix and all that, he don't have to explain it here. He don't have to do that. All good stuff, unless he wants to. But whoever subscribed like the last few days, I've gained probably like 5 or 6. I do in this month. I do appreciate it. Whoever, I greatly appreciate it a lot. Um, yeah, Vince McMahon. Let's just go out there. Um, okay,
Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He's
so,
back.
so, oh man, oh man, I I am trying to not lose my anger when talking about Vince. I did a short about it. The Vince news ruined my day a bit. Oh, it fucked my day up. Look. I know you did starting practicing with the drums and all that.
Yeah.
Good for you. I know I wish I could learn something like that. I just know when it comes to music like that, oh hell no, I'm not like that. This I got off work last day, this morning, everything. Haven't went to bed. I normally just stay up for a good bit. I'm enjoying myself. Me and the wife cooking breakfast and everything. And I sit down for a second because I did my part with breakfast. And I see this, and I saw it yesterday, but I was like, maybe it just rolls off or something.
Yeah.
And when I officially saw it, I said, "You have got to be fucking kidding me."
Yeah, I literally saw it as I was exiting like drumming practice. Like as soon as my drumming lesson was over, I like went out, started walking home, glancing on Twitter as I'm walking home, and I saw it pop up on my timeline. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, are you serious? Like, it's actually happening. Like, because like I had the opinion that like all of it was like bullshit rumors. Like he was probably interested in returning, but I didn't think that WWE was going to let it happen. But it's official now. That is not bode well at all for
Look,
the future.
look, people can say he's not over creative, but the fact that he can get himself into where he holds power at least even more now, that doesn't bode well for anything in the fucking future. This
No, it
man,
doesn't.
look, if he's there just to get the deal done and then sell it to something else, they need to do this. This has to be done before WrestleMania. Has to. Has to.
Agreed. Agreed.
Because look, it's January right now. He's back officially today, April. That's 3 months, 4 months, 3.5 months, whatever. It's got to be done before WrestleMania. I do not. And they said, "Oh, the sale might not even happen." I guarantee you, this sale better happen beforehand, or something is just completely wrong. Look, the fact that he's still holding power somehow now I know he ain't creative, because if he was creative, you would see a lot of people not show up at the show. You would see a lot of
Agreed.
people basically do a strike. Um, I can't believe somehow this old fuck just comes back, and somehow this ego of his, he
Just comes back, just acting like nothing has happened. Just like, yeah, I'm back. Deal with it. Like, I know it's not creative, thank God, but like, if you don't think in the board of directors that he's gonna have like a lot of power over what happens still, like on the shows on a week to week basis, then You're dead wrong. He's still gonna have a lot of power when it comes to it, just because of who he was. Like that's why it just doesn't bode well. It really
Well,
doesn't. I hope Hunter puts his foot down and like sort of like goes to Vince like, yeah, I'm the one in charge now, like of terms of what goes on a week to week basis on the show. So it's my way or the highway. I hope he does that, but I don't know if he would.
I don't know, man. I feel like Hunter would want to do that, but I also don't think he is going to want to step on his like throat that much of saying stuff.
No.
So that's why, man, I think the worst part of this, well, one of the worst part, everything about this is fucking bad, but two of the board of directors, one of them was the one that investigated him.
Investigated the situation. Yeah.
Oh my god, the fact that he got back on in charge of the board of directors part, and one of the persons that was investigating him was on part of it, had to resign because of that. Dog,
Yeah. That's messed up. It's messed up.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now. There's reports that Sasha Mercedes is not going to be the partner of Paige or Saraya, whatever the fuck she calls her name. Paige in general. I'm not even going to remember the names. I'm so mad about this Vince thing. And I know she announced her partner as Tony Storm, but a lot of people were saying someone was going to attack her, and then Mercedes was going to show up. Who knows? Might be the case. But I hope Sasha stays the fuck away from this company until Vince is fucking gone.
Until Vince is gone completely, yeah, just like never to return.
As bad, you know what? I'm not going to say it, but because I had something really bad to say, and I probably would regret it, even though a lot of people would not mind hearing it. But yeah, Sasha needs to get the hell away. Go do this tour, and I know people were saying it was going to be maybe 3-4 month tour, maybe less. Who knows? It needs to be a tour until Vince is completely gone. Who knows how long that is? But WrestleMania by WrestleMania, there needs to be a sale, and it needs to be where Vince is out. Now, the good thing about this, and there's not much good about this, him being back, but the one good thing is I did see where the former board of directors that was in there did a letter saying the only way Vince could come back was if he did not take control of creative at all.
Yeah.
But like you said, you never know if Triple H is going to let Vince in. That's the only person that would be the one that would let him in. I don't think Triple H is going to allow that because
No.
he's waited too damn long to do this and everything, and he knew he was going to take over eventually sometime.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's gotten to where most of Vince's fuck ups are either gone or changed to something else, way better or something. Um, so, man, I don't know. I when like I said, when I was sitting on my couch, I was chilling, back like this or something, just looking on Twitter and stuff like that. I was watching a video, and then I was like, I looked on Twitter, and when I saw that article, I was like, nah, man, hey, something got to be off. Like this can't be
Yeah.
true. And when I saw other people say it that are insiders and that, and I'm like, well, damn, it's true.
It's actually happening. It's actually happening.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still gonna be in a good mood no matter what. But I will say this: with him back, you will see if the TV shows change. Like if SmackDown somehow changes to where it's not as good, We have got
Then we know why.
they got to someone got to investigate. Someone got to bring out another allegation and get this old man out of the company
Out of the company.
for
Yeah.
good. For
Yeah.
good. Okay. Enough of that old motherfucker. We're not going to try to about him. It might still come up, but pray that we do not. All right. Let's talk about some things that for y'all it's really good. Money in the Bank will be in London. Will be in the O2.
Interested.
Um and some people was saying that they thought they were going to take away Money in the Bank. I didn't think so because
No.
just overall, I know Triple H wants to get away from some gimmick pay-per-views, but Money in the Bank kind of
It's
makes
something different. Yeah.
sense, but it's also different. And I don't mind that they still have Money in the Bank. Personally, I would keep Money in the Bank.
Yeah, me personally, I keep it. Like the rest of like the gimmick pay per views, like Hell in the Cell and all that. Like get rid of those. Like save like the special like stipulations for like feuds that like desperately need it, like a warrant it sort of thing. Whereas Money in the Bank, like the only thing you can really do with Money in the Bank is keep the pay per view or have the Money in the Bank ladder match happen at WrestleMania. Those are the only two things you can really do with the
Yeah.
match. So that's why I say yeah, like keep the Money in the Bank pay per view because like for example in a feud you're not going to have someone go oh yeah I challenge you to a Money in the Bank ladder match. Like that's not how it works. So that's why yeah the Money in the Bank pay per view works. That's why I think it should stay. The same thing with like something like the Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is different because again, you're not gonna have a solo feud go like, oh yeah, I challenge you to an Elimination Chamber match or something like that. So that's why it works. Whereas something like a Hell in a Cell or a TLC, those are different. Those are like stipulations you have for certain feuds if they warrant that sort of thing. So yeah, I agree. But yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for it to be in the UK, like because obviously, Clash at the Castle was an incredible show in Cardiff, and we absolutely killed it. We showed WWE why we deserve to have more shows over here in the UK,
Great.
and yeah. It's pulled off. Now we've got another one in the UK. It's going to be in London, the O2, which I've been to the O2 plenty of times. It's a great, great, great arena. So yeah, I cannot wait. And I've always wanted to go to a Money in the Bank like pay per view, and I always thought like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna have the chance to until way later in my life because America and all that. But now I actually have the chance, and you bet your ass I'm gonna try and go to it for sure. I'm gonna do everything in my power. So yeah, I can't wait. Thumbs up from me.
Better save up. You got what, 6 months?
Yep.
Well,
Hopefully the tickets aren't that expensive, but they probably
probably
will be.
you might want to get the tickets a month before at least. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how the tickets going to fly, but I'm pretty sure those tickets going to go real quick.
Yeah.
And I would love for WWE to do more over the seas pay-per-views like this. I mean, I like how they got one like this, but I think they should at least have two in the minimum, like on overseas. I like maybe one. I don't know. Well, I mean, you got Montreal and then you got London this year, so I guess it's kind of two. But Canada's pretty easy to go to.
Yeah, Canada is just next door.
So, but they're going to count that as not in this. I don't know, but yeah, I think they should go to these places. Maybe not for two pay-per-views, but for something like Clash at the Castle or something like that, like a big time event, but not a quote pay-per-view. Maybe, but
Yeah.
it feels like a pay-per-view and it's in right. So hopefully they will do that. I already talked about the Mercedes thing. What did you think of her debut with New Japan? Or you
I think
think
it was good. Like, I think everyone's sort of like overhating it a bit, to be honest. Like, I think it was pretty good. Like, I don't like a theme song. That much I will say. I'm not a fan of that new theme song. It gets annoying quick. Um, in terms of like the botch, yeah, like the move was botched, and it was kind of Kyrie's fault. I'm not gonna lie, but
Hmm.
things happen because like it's meant to be like hold her up into like a backpack and then put her down on her feet and then into the DDT. To be honest, I think that move was a bit convoluted. I think like Sasha could have had a simpler, less clunkier move to have, but I understand why she'd want a new finisher considering throughout her entire WWE run she just had the bank statement and that's it. She didn't have like a pinfall sort of like finisher move where she now has it. So yeah, once like people know how to take the move and sell it and all that, it'll look good. So I have no worries about that. But yeah, I think the debut was a bit overhated, to be honest. Everyone was sort of like just nitpicking and taking it apart, and I'm just like, it was a good moment. Like it. Well, I wouldn't say it got a pop from the crowd because Japanese crowds are naturally very quiet and respectful and all that. That's just how Japanese crowds are. But obviously, everyone knew who Sasha was. Everyone's hyped for Sasha vs Kyrie. I personally very much am. I can't wait for that match. And yeah, wherever Sasha goes after Japan, like she said, like, oh, it's only like her first stop. So when she goes to like AEW or wherever she wants to go afterwards, like, I know she's probably gonna do some Stardom because if she's doing New Japan, I ideally think she's gonna do Stardom as well. So she's probably gonna do Stardom. She's probably gonna do AEW. Maybe she'll pop up at Impact. But I doubt it. But we'll see. But yeah, definitely, I can see her going to AEW now.
I'd be highly surprised if I swear if I see her on Impact, I don't know about that. I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah,
I don't see that. Yeah, her debut. I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm in the middle with it. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, she's a huge thing, and I liked how how she was presented. $1,000,000. The botch for me really hurts because Kyrie knew she was coming out. Kyrie knew that she was coming out. And I'm sure they've at least practiced that move or something. There's no way they went on live pay-per-view and not practice. That's the only thing that gets me. I'm like, man, yes, it's Kyrie's fault. God, it just it does that part does put sour into me, but I'm not going to knock her New Japan debut or anything. I think they will have a really, really good match. Do you think she beats Kyrie?
I think she does. Yeah, like as because I highly doubt she's going to lose her first match away from WWE. Like that is like it wouldn't be right. Let's put it that way. Like I like Kyrie, don't get me wrong, but like I think for Kyrie to beat like Mercedes like in her first match away from WWE, I think is a bit stupid because you know like you don't want to have someone as big as Sasha like in her first match away from WWE being a loss. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I think she wins. I think she takes the title off Kyrie. Maybe Kyrie in the far future maybe re-challenges it, and then she's the one to like retake the title off Mercedes. I don't know. But yeah, I think she does beat Kyrie. I think she does. But I can't personally wait for the match. And yeah, just in general, Wrestle Kingdom was actually a pretty damn good show. I watched like all the matches, and yeah, my favorite match of the night was definitely Osprey Omega. But I'll touch on that later. I'll give my full thoughts on Wrestle Kingdom later on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that because I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't watch it, but I heard I saw clips of the Omega and Osprey match, and fuck, that was brutal. I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw clips of it. Just I think it was like a 2 minute clip of it, and I was like, oh my god, like these guys, I don't. These guys were looking to just kill each other about.
kill each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
they
really,
beat the living shit out of each other.
um, So on a betting site, I forget which one. Rhea and Becky are the favorites to win the Women's Royal Rumble. That actually makes sense. Um,
Shocker. I'm shocked. Really, I am.
I know what
Can you tell in my voice how
uh,
shocked I am? Because I'm really shocked.
I'm. I mean that right there is the most shocking thing I've heard today.
And that includes the Vince news.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Talking
but yeah,
talking about Becky. Becky and Ronda is not happening. Thank God. Um,
yeah,
Becky basically said that the momentum that she had and everything, she felt like their match should have been WrestleMania 35 1-on-1, and
yeah.
that's
It should have been.
that it's. She feels like they've lost the luster, but there's another report saying that Becky didn't really want to fight her because she's not really good in the ring. Basically, that's what she said, low key. I mean,
She ain't
hey,
lying. She
you know,
ain't lying.
Becky is just saying facts, just talking facts.
Yeah, just
Um,
saying facts.
talking about Ronda, looks like that she wants to try to get tag team gold. Rhea winning the Rumble would be nice, despite me not really liking her any much. Whoa, 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 whoa! You don't like Rhea? I mean, if you don't like her because she's like a bad person now, I get that. But like overall, her presentation has been excellent.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I know the reason why Blake doesn't like Rhea much anymore. If I think of the reason, I
Uh,
think I know what the reason is. But yeah, Rhea, like, yeah, I'm a big fan of Rhea. Reminds me of a certain period of. Yeah, okay, I know what you're on about. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Rhea. Like, I think like her in the Judgment Day has been great. Like you said, the way she's been presented, she looks like a star. And yeah, I think she's definitely the one to face. To be honest, after Charlotte winning the belt off Ronda, I can see her challenging either Bianca or Charlotte. That's the thing. I can see her facing Bianca and winning then, but I can also see her challenging Charlotte and getting revenge on what happened at WrestleMania a few years ago. So I can sort of see both feuds happening, if that makes sense. So I think Rhea definitely wins the Rumble. I think she definitely does. Who she challenges, though, I'm not too sure now.
I don't think she's challenging Charlotte. I don't think so. That I don't. I mean, that would make sense, yes, but I think the story is more with Bianca.
Yeah, I can see it being either one. Like I said, like like you can make a story with either feud. So but yeah, as long as Rhea wins the Rumble, I don't really care who she faces. As long as she actually wins at WrestleMania, that's all I really care about. Who she faces and who she beats, I don't really mind because if Rhea and Charlotte face off again, I don't mind because they actually killed it at WrestleMania the last time, even though it was the wrong result. They killed it. It was one of the best matches of that WrestleMania during that COVID WrestleMania. So yeah, bring on Rhea winning the Rumble. I hope she does anyway.
Yeah. You might not have to keep notes, but I've already made a notes on my phone with certain topics of award at the end of the year, and I've already got a list of match of the year candidates and all that. Hey, I'm being more prepared this upcoming when December comes around of this year. Let's be honest. I'm going to be looking forward ahead because I'm every match that I think is maybe a candidate or good, it's being put down there, getting put
Yeah,
down, and then close to December, I'm rewatching all those matches. I'm gonna take it serious this year.
that's a good way of going about it. I do think like our top six matches that we did come up with were pretty good though,
Yeah,
considering
yeah,
that we didn't really prepare for it, if that makes sense. But we sort of had an idea what the best matches were this year. Well, last year I should say now.
yeah. Last year. um, quick little timeout. If you're watching the stream, hit that like button. It's going to help. I know it sounds stupid, but it's going to help us when this gets published on YouTube. The likes with the with everything with YouTube, with how they work, it just helps. So if you could just press that like button real quick, takes like 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
And click subscribe while you're at it.
Already. But if you are, hey, I appreciate it. But I'm at 408, which is kind of crazy to me. But not really. Okay. What are we going to next? Something simple here. Do two things in one. William Ringle is going to be at SmackDown. I think he's going to be a part of that crew, maybe SmackDown crew. And if that's the case, I mean, holy shit, the show's already good. You want to get
Yeah.
as a part of the show and just talking with the talent and who knows, creative ideas too.
Who knows?
I mean, dog, like SmackDown is like, I know Raw's a show, but
Uh,
they don't have
for the past year, it's been SmackDown that's just been way superior over Raw. So like SmackDown right now is the A show. It just is.
Mm-hmm. It really is, and to me, when they're on Fox, Fox just has a different presentation than USA.
Yeah, agreed.
And I'm not saying that's all because that's all because of how and all that. I just think being on Fox is like they got something with their presentation on Fox just seems a whole lot better than USA, just a little bit. I know Fox is a top network and everything more than USA, but oh man, I do think that they if they're going to do something, I think they need. Hear me out here. I think they need to go to NBC for Raw. NBC.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not too knowledgeable of like all the networks in America, obviously, because I'm in the UK. But if you feel like it's a good one to go to, then sure.
So NBC for me, NBC is basically Peacock to a degree with a lot of their shows. So why not? If Peacock's already got the WWE stuff on there, why not NBC, aka that has the Peacock thing, basically?
Yeah.
Just buy out Raw from USA, and it would help NBC even a lot. NBC got a good amount of funny shows and stuff like that. You got the news and all that stupid stuff, but I don't know. On Monday, see, you could have it from 8 to 11, and then you could have the news right after it and everything. I don't know. It was smooth. I think it was smooth so good on NBC, but I don't know. I think their viewership would be a little bit better on NBC. NBC is a little bit of a bigger network.
Yeah.
Overall, I think the viewership would be a little bit better, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, the other thing is they're going to keep on using wrestlers for both shows. I like that. Even though they're on a brand split, I do like that. I do like how they can use certain wrestlers for certain things. I know some people's like, why not just split up the brands? Necessarily, I don't think you have to. I just like how they do it.
Yeah, I'm sort of on the fence with that because, like, on one hand, I like the brand split. Like, I do like people being split between two brands because I feel like it gives the most opportunity to as much talent as possible to be on the shows and everything. So, but on the other hand, it does sort of limit what you could do on the shows to an extent. So, like, I sort of understand why sometimes WWE has certain people show up on both shows. So, I think it's a balancing act essentially. Like I don't think do it for like everybody. Have people like show up on both shows, but like for certain people, if it makes sense to the story or whatever, then why not? But yeah, I think in general, like sometimes I feel like certain divisions I think should show up on both shows. Like for example, women's division, tag team division, etc. I think those should be merged and do both shows and merge the titles to make a one title because there is not enough women and there is not enough tag teams to really do a solid division for both brands. Women's division, SmackDown Women's division is a big example. Like it's just all Raw, not enough on SmackDown. And for tag team division, it's pretty limited on both brands. So, in my opinion, what I would do is just for the women's and tag teams, I would just have merge the titles to make a one title of each division and then have them show up on both shows. That way, you can have a proper division for the women and for the tag teams. That's what I would do, me personally.
I don't mind having two women's main titles. I do know SmackDown is hurting a lot, but I feel like all you have to do is when you do the draft, move some people around and have star power on SmackDown and Raw. I don't think it's going to
Yep,
be.
perhaps.
I don't think it's going to be an issue if they do that. They got to trust more people with more spotlights, which they have. But like, look, I know it's going to a program with Karen Cross, Scarlett versus Emma, and Madcap. But Emma deserves much more than that. She's a good wrestler. Like, why is she not trying to be in the mix for the world, like for the women's title? Like, she should not be in this love situation and let's do a mixed gender match or tag team match, which they're going to down the road. They've done it on live shows already.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like she shouldn't be one. Tegan should be one they gotta trust. And she could easily be one. I don't know. They gotta trust more women, and I know they're not getting the quote quote reaction, but they gotta trust them to put in these matches. And when people
Yeah.
see them put on good matches, they're going to catch on back to the crowd. They
Yeah.
just they gotta trust them. They gotta trust them. Uh,
Agreed.
all right, since you brought up one women's championship, what about Charlotte returning and becoming the Smack Women's Championship? Champion.
Charlotte returning. I like it because it gives some star power to the division. Her winning the title, not so much a fan. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's better than Ronda. It's better than Ronda. Anything's better than Ronda. But I don't know. Just something about Charlotte being gone for months and months and months and months, and then coming back on her first night and winning the title. It just made me roll my eyes when I saw it pop up on my timeline. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, we're back to this, are we? Just giving Charlotte more title reigns to build her up to 16th title reign and beat Ric Flair because that's so important, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I like Charlotte being back because I did sort of miss her. Like she does bring a lot to the division when she's around, but yeah, I do like her new sort of presentation. I do like her new theme song. I do like her new gear and all that. I think it's a good change. Like it brings a little fresh like thing to a character that we haven't seen in a while. Although I do think the actual character itself, it's still same old Charlotte, which I don't like. Although it's a babyface version of Charlotte now, which I really don't like. I think she needs to turn heel because she's just way better as a heel than she is a face. She's just a natural heel. So yeah. My overall thought is I like Charlotte's back and all that. I just don't like that she's won the title pretty much straight away from returning, and it's just gonna end up being probably another title reign where she loses it at WrestleMania or something like that. It'll be not very a memorable reign. It's just is what it is. It's just an asterisk to her number of title reigns that she has, as is most of her reigns. That's why I don't like it. None of her reigns are memorable. None of them. Like apart from like a few. Like the only reigns of hers I can sort of remember is when she hot potatoed the title between her and Sasha in 2016. Those are her most memorable reigns. Apart from that, I don't really remember what she actually did in some of her reigns. That's the thing. But yeah.
Bro, yeah, I don't know. This 14 title reigns is yeah, it's crazy.
14 title reigns in the space of 7 years. On average, that's 2 titles a year. 2 titles a year.
2 reigns a year. That's crazy. Honestly, crazy. But I think it's going to slow down with Triple H in charge.
Thank God.
Um, I knew on one of these after New Year's shows or close to the New Year's, I knew they were going to do something big for one of these shows, SmackDown or Raw.
Yeah.
I knew it. And so when it happened on SmackDown, I said, well, ain't nothing surprising with a title change on Raw then happening. When I saw Ron, okay, let's talk about Ronda a little bit. She's wanting tag team gold, like I said earlier. So her and Shayna might be going for the tag team belts. Good, you're out of the main scene. Good, good.
Yeah. And perhaps Shayna can make Ronda better. Good luck, Shayna. That's all I gotta say. Good luck.
Okay, well, I don't know about that one. Yeah, you're a comedian if you think that, but boy, Ronda got cashed in from Liv Morgan, and she was limping. If you noticed, when Charlotte came out and everything, she had another semi limp. So every time she's limping, either someone's going to cash in on her or someone's coming out to confront her. If you notice that.
Interesting. Yeah. It's like her way of like, oh yeah, I'm sure that I'm weakened. So when the person beats me, it like, it's a way of keeping herself looking strong. So yeah.
Okay, so this is what I think about it. Charlotte coming back, new look, different theme song a little bit and everything. I do like the touch about it. I love the new look. Her former look, not really a big fan of. This it's a different and I like it. I'm gonna give this babyface thing a chance. Now, I always give everything a chance. Do I think it could work? Maybe, but we shall see how long it lasts.
Yeah, I don't think it'll last very long. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We'll see because Triple H is very quick of knowing, hey, if this ain't going to work,
They'll switch it up.
we'll
Yeah.
switch. Because um, it looks like Top Dollar and their group and everything, Hit Row, is going to
Hit
change
row.
the deal. So I do like that because let's be
I've
honest,
always,
they
I've
have a
always seen that group. I've always seen that group as like good heels anyway. Like when I look at the group, I don't think baby faces. I think heel. Like I genuinely do. So I see that change working. I do.
yeah. I don't think what I don't know that, but I do like that. I mean, Top Dollar is facing Ricochet tonight. Also, Usos versus Drew and Sheamus tag team championships on the line.
That is going to bang. Like
And
McIntyre and Sheamus, whenever they're in the ring together, it like sparks fly. Along that with the Usos, we're gonna get a banger.
the Usos are retaining.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. 100%.
They're going to do this. But I feel like this because Sheamus has tweeted a lot about it. Thank you for whoever liked that. Who Sheamus has hinted that basically him and Gunther is not over, and I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
I love
He's
how
he's he's
somehow
just been tweeting. He's just been tweeting. Oh, I promise in 2023 I'm gonna win the IC title. Like I promise. So you already know WrestleMania. It's gonna happen. Gunther, Sheamus, 3, and Sheamus is winning the belt.
I love how they've somehow gotten away from Sheamus and Gunther and everything and waited till WrestleMania. I was really afraid, and I'm not going to question Triple H's thing, but I was really afraid they were going to do it way too early still, somehow, some
Yeah,
way. but they have not, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the WrestleMania thing. I can't wait for that. That might be the match of the night in WrestleMania of the two nights, and I know that's saying a lot,
Yep,
but
it
I think
could be.
great what they did at Castle, and I think they can do it in a bigger stage and just go at it even harder.
And if we got a match of the year contender slash winner last year with Gunter and Sheamus, we may get another one at WrestleMania. So, yep, sign me up. Sign me up.
I will say this: I think there's going to be two, maybe even three on night one or two of WrestleMania that I'll have on my list.
Ooh, that's a bold prediction.
I
That's a bold prediction
think
right there.
I think two at least.
We'll see. We'll see. I think Gunter and Sheamus at WrestleMania will end up being one of them by the end of the year. I'll be very shocked if it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way they can just. I don't know. I don't see it being somehow not good. I just don't. I don't see
No,
that.
I don't see it. No.
But that tag team match should be a hell of a tag team match here tonight. And I really can't wait for it. Unfortunately, we know the Usos going to retain because that's where KO and Sami Zayn eventually will
Yep.
merge together, which I think Roman is supposed to be on SmackDown tonight. So I don't know. There might be the start of it tonight. I really wish
Maybe.
it went because it's actually it's not close, but it's 3 hours away. I would love to have went, but not three. Well, I think it's more than 3 hours away, and that's how far. But I don't know. Uh, let's see here. You can talk about Wrestle Kingdom after I talk about this.
Sure.
This topic. If you haven't, I mean, most people have seen the American football player that collapsed and everything. Damar Hamlin. There's more updates to him today, and luckily this is fucking fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you. My language has been out there, so I'm gonna apologize for that because normally it's I've gotten a little bit better with it, but some stuff fires me up. Vince McMahon stuff fires me up, and then this Damar Hamlin thing fires me up in a different way. Today, if you don't know, he was an American football player. They were playing Monday Night Football, and he made a tackle, and he got up and literally collapsed. So if you haven't seen the video, I'm sure it's on Twitter. I hate people sharing it, but I did have a buddy of mine, send it to me because I didn't see it and everything. I was literally asleep a lot on Monday, so I didn't watch Raw and stuff. But I got it on DVR. Um, he collapsed, and they didn't know what was. They had to do CPR on him, like literally on the field. So shout out to the guy. I forget his name, but he's been shown a lot, and like he deserves a huge damn shout out for this because if he wasn't there, dude might have not been, revived all the way and might be passed away, unfortunately. But he was rushed to the hospital. He actually, and it's ironic, Jerry Lawler, the King, he actually tweeted about this and said, I had a cardiac arrest, and I'm telling you, that's what happened to him, and it ended up being that. He tweeted
Oh,
Jerry
damn.
out like 2 hours before the results came out. So he must have knew, because he experienced it.
He experienced it himself, yeah.
So today they took him off of. It was 100% oxygen, then it was 50%, and now today he has it on a little bit, but not much, to the point that he actually FaceTime his teammates on the Buffalo Bills and everything, and he was talking to him. That's crazy, and I'm glad that's a great progress for him. So I just wanted to point that out. Out of this Vince McMahon stuff, at least there is some great stuff like Damar Hamlin doing that. He's the safety for him. So I'm really glad and very happy to see that he's progressed so much. I've never seen that. I've never seen an injury like that where he literally got up after he tackled him and he literally collapsed like on the spot. I cannot believe
Yeah.
it. I'm really glad he is. He's talking now. FaceTime his teammates. That's huge, and I just hope and keep praying that he gets better and better. But let's go to Wrestle Kingdom, and I'll allow you to do that because I mean I've seen clips, I've seen stuff, but I didn't watch it.
So yeah, I'm not going to talk about the whole show, although it'll be here forever. I'm only really going to talk about the double main events and maybe like the junior heavyweight match because I found that match like really entertaining. Yeah, like Hiromu Takahashi won back the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship in the Fatal Four Way. Amazing match, like great match, like fast paced as you'd expect from the junior heavyweights. A lot of near falls, like with pins break up. They did that a lot near the end. Like they just spammed like people getting hit with like finishers or like their big moves, and then someone like jumps in and breaks up the pin. They did that a lot near the end, which is it was really good, really exciting. Kept you on the edge of your seat, and yeah, Hiromu Takahashi wins the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which I'm a big fan of Hiromu, so I'm happy with that. I'm a big fan of LIJ in general, Los Ingobernables de Japón. So, yeah, Takahashi, I can't wait to see what he does with this new reign, because I'm not going to lie, every time he does win the Junior Heavyweight Championship, I always do enjoy his reigns whenever I see his matches. So, and in my opinion, he is the best junior heavyweight that New Japan has at the moment. So, yeah, good to see him get another reign. And yeah, good match overall. But yeah, the match of the night by far, Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship. Incredible match. Like the hype was already as big as you can get, like with it, because Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay are both incredible wrestlers. Probably two of the best out there. In terms of like Osprey, like in terms of like what people say about him in terms of like how he is as a person, like I tried to separate that from how he is as a talent. I can't deny he is extremely talented. So, but yeah, everything about the match, from the hype, the promos that Omega and Osprey had in the press conferences before the match, especially Osprey's cut a hell of a promo over Omega about like the whole like COVID situation, about like and all that. So yeah, but the actual match itself, incredible. The entrances, oh my god, I never marked out so much for an entrance in such a long time with Kenny Omega's entrance. God, full on Sephiroth, one winged angel, like on on this shit. I was like, what the fuck? Literally, my dream Kenny Omega entrance. I said this years ago when Kenny Omega was in Japan the first time round. I was just like, the one thing I want to see from Omega at some point was in his entrance, he goes full on one winged angel, Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII, and he finally done it. And I lost my shit because that was literally the most badass entrance ever. But yeah, and also Will Ospreay bringing back his old theme song, "Elevated," was so cool. Like, cause like here I was expecting like him just to use his current theme and just do like an extravagant entrance. Then all of a sudden it just popped up on the screen like "Return of the Assassin," and then "Elevated" starts playing. I'm just like, fuck yes, the hype for this match is insane. And yeah, they just tore it down for like I think it was like half an hour, maybe, or like a little bit less than half an hour, like 28 minutes, something like that. But it was around the 25-minute to 30-minute mark. But yeah, they killed it. Like they started off like slow, as you'd expect, and then it just kept building and building and building. Then it got to the point where Omega actually busted Osprey open completely. Like Omega did like a spot where he DDT'd Osprey on the top of the turnbuckle. So they were on top of the turnbuckle, like the place where you'd be for a superplex. Below that, the turnbuckle stuff was exposed. So like the metal turnbuckles was completely exposed. So he DDT'd Osprey onto that, completely busted him open. He was bleeding like a stuck pig. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, he's in a bad way. I honestly thought like it was going to be like a serious injury, but he carried on. And yeah, then it sort of got into the story of like Osprey's like in a really bad way, like he lost a lot of blood. Like Omega was just dominating him at that point for the next like 5 minutes or 10 minutes after that. And then eventually Osprey came back, hit a bunch of his big moves. Omega kept kicking out. And yeah, the finish of the match, especially, I really did like as well because Omega finished Osprey off with the Kamigoye into the one winged angel, which I do like because obviously the Kamigoye is Kota Ibushi's move, and the whole like bit of a story about the match was that Omega never forgiven Osprey for what he did to Ibushi in their match at Wrestle Kingdom a few years ago when Osprey hit the hidden blade. It was the first time he ever did the hidden blade move, which is basically like a sharp elbow right to the back of the head. So he slammed his elbow right into the back of Ibushi's head with the hidden blade and completely knocked him out. He was legitimately knocked out. And it led to the finish of that match. But yeah, like it got brought into the story of this match that Omega had never really forgiven Osprey for that and doesn't really respect Osprey as a person. So I just find it kind of ironic how Omega brought out the Kamigoye Ibushi's move and then finished him off with the one winged angel. And yeah, just incredible match. I implore anyone watching this to go watch it if you haven't already. It's an absolutely incredible match. And yeah, Kenny Omega wins the IWGP United States Championship for the second time in his career. Of course, he was the inaugural champion. Now he's won the belt again, which I do like. A lot of people say Osprey should have won the match. In my opinion, especially since Omega came out to the one winged angel. Yeah, if you come out to that shit, you're not losing. In my eyes, that theme song makes you immortal. In my honest opinion. But yeah. What Omega does with the title, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he defends it on AEW sometimes. I'm not sure, like because obviously New Japan and AEW have a sort of partnership going on. So I think maybe Omega will defend that title on AEW sometimes. I think Osprey will get a rematch at some point, and I do think Osprey will win it back. I think that story's not over. Yeah, that's what I think because like everyone's saying like, oh yeah, Osprey should have won the match. Omega should have passed the torch over to Osprey on that night. I think give it time. I think eventually that will happen, but not right now. But yeah, amazing match. And the main event was just as good. Not like quite to that level, but still an amazing match between Okada and Jay White. It's Kazuchika Okada. Okada, every time he steps in the ring, just kills it every single time, no matter what he's in. Like, especially at Wrestle Kingdom, like, it's his stage. Kazuchika Okada is essentially the John Cena of New Japan. Big match John, big match Okada. Like, just in Wrestle Kingdom, he brings it like nobody else does on a big stage like that. So it's no surprise to me that Okada won the match because in a big emotional show that they had, like with the ending and all that, it would have made sense for a heel like Jay White to end the night holding the belt. So it made sense for Okada to win. Although I think Jay White's like I think people say he did have a very good reign, but I disagree. I think he had a very good reign for what he was given. So, and I'm a big fan of Jay White myself. Like I've been a big Jay White fan for years since he debuted at Wrestle Kingdom 12. So yeah, I think Jay White's one of the best heels in wrestling. Like he generally kills it every single time that I see him. Like kind of promo, wrestle. He sort of has that old school style in his wrestling, like very methodical, sort of like a Randy Orton, but in his own sort of style, if that makes sense. Sort of like that in his wrestling. But yeah, very good match between Okada and Jay White. Better than their match at Wrestle Kingdom 13, I'd say, because their Wrestle Kingdom 13 match was very short compared to this one. This one went sort of around the same length as the Omega Osprey match, about like 25 to 30 minutes, whereas their Wrestle Kingdom 13 match was around like 15 minutes. Like it was very short compared to this time around. But yeah, I like the story going into this match because obviously Okada and Jay White have a lot of history dating back to when Okada's manager Gedo turned on Okada to join Jay White and all that. And in previous matches, Jay White has always seemed to get over the best of Okada because in previous matches before Wrestle Kingdom, I think the record was like 4-1 to Jay White. So like Jay White with the massive advantage as the win loss record and the mentality going into it. But Okada finally gets one up on Jay White and wins the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship for the second time. In terms of like overall world title rate, I think this is his like seventh or eighth because obviously there was the IWGP Heavyweight Championship before then.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the World Heavyweight because they got the new belt and everything. But yeah, I think that's like now like 8 title rates for Okada in terms of world title rates, which means Okada. But yeah, overall, I love Wrestle Kingdom. I love the whole show. But yeah, the last 2 matches especially, like I implore anyone to check them out. Like honestly, incredible matches. In terms of like if I'm making a match of the year like list at the end of this year, just in general in wrestling, Omega Ospreay will definitely be one of them. Okada Jay White, it depends on what other matches happen throughout this year, but I think that will be up there as well. So yeah, I can't wait to see what goes on with Okada and Omega with both of their title reigns. I think at some point they will face off again, like at some sort of like Forbidden Door event or whatever. I think that match is coming because they teamed with each other right after Wrestle Kingdom, and you can see Omega eyeing up Okada's title, just like, yeah. So I think they're teasing that match. I think that match is coming. Which in that case, if it is, then please, yes, I beg, because Okada and Omega, they're quadruple of matches. Some of my favorite matches of all time, like especially their fourth match. Their fourth match is probably in my top 3 of best matches I've ever seen. Like honestly, incredible. Like I don't have enough good words to say about that. So yeah, I hope to see them face off again at some point. People say oh, like is it like overdone? No, because it's been a few years since they had that quadruple of matches. So I think at this point it has been coming. So yeah, but overall, I'm excited to see where it goes. Good show overall.
So that means y'all need to go and watch them because me personally, I'm probably not gonna have time to. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I do wish I could watch that Osprey and Omega match, but it is what it is. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got a lot of time, but I wish I did have time for that. 3 more topics I think I got, and then we're going to go into this one question I got. Maybe, hopefully, you've gotten a question like I told you to surprise me with. So hopefully, if not, think about it. So WWE is really thinking of changing or going with Bobby Lashley to be heel to get back the Hurt Business. I don't care, babyface heel, just get them back. Just get them back.
yeah,
Um, I will say, Shelton had his 20-year anniversary, and I love how he did a speech to the crowd and everything. And the way he said, "Remember, there's no stopping me, yo," or whatever. I really think, well, I think he would. I think he really. I think when the Hurt Business comes back, I think they are. I hope they split the tag team titles. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, a part of me wants them to, or a part of me wants them to just have one. Because I feel like if they get the Hurt Business back, Shelton and Cedric needs another reign.
yeah. I
Right.
agree. I agree. But yeah, I want to see the Hurt Business back. Like you said, I don't care if they're face, heel, whatever. Me personally, I think yeah, heel works. Although you could say maybe they want to go different this time around. So just do a heel last time. Let's see what they can do with a face run. But yeah, I don't really care. like face heel. I just want to see the Hurt Business back because they were one of the best things in WTV when they were around. So yeah, I'm all for it being back. And yeah, Cedric and Shelton definitely need another reign if they go back as a tag team. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Someone that might be back here soon. Who knows? She supported her friend at New Japan. Wrestle Kingdom 17. Uh, Bailey also did as well. I think that's very unique that Triple H allowed Bailey to go. I knew Naomi was going to be there, and that's who I'm talking about of coming back. Um, but Bailey going and doing that's huge. That's
Yeah.
huge. That Triple H did that and allowed that. Not knowing if Sasha or Mercedes is going to come back at all, but that's huge, and I really appreciate that. Naomi, there's word that she should be back with WWE, and that's where she'll be. I don't know when she'll be back, but look, long time ago, I really did not like Naomi at all. I know this is going to sound bad. Long time ago, I did not. And I don't know, someone must have tagged her in something, and I'm still mad about this. I'm blocked from Naomi. She blocked me. And this was a long
Oh,
and I feel bad because like I have all the good stuff to say about Naomi, and I did like for the last years or so. There was just a time I didn't really like her and
to be
stuff.
fair, I had the same opinion. Like from like 2016 to around like 2017, 2018, I didn't like her very much. Like it took around like the 20 late 2018, 2019 mark where I started like liking her more. And then yeah, I've become a fan of Naomi since then. She's still not one of my favorites, I'd say. Like she's not one of like my favorites on the roster in the women's division, but I like her. I think she does bring something to the division. She's very good in the ring. She can cut a good promo when she wants to. She has a good like like glow character that everyone likes to get behind. So yeah, I think she's talented. Yeah, it'd be nice to see her back. I think the Rumble might be when she's back if she's willing to come back this quick. Well, I say this quick. She has been gone for a long time, but this soon after going to Japan and seeing Mercedes, I don't know whether she be back for the Rumble, but I'd estimate that's where she's going to make a return because obviously Naomi loves the Rumble and she pretty much is the Kofi Kingston of the Royal Rumble in the women's division. She just
Yeah.
always does that spot that Kofi likes to do. So yeah, I could see a return in the Rumble. I could.
I'll say this. And not a lot of people going to be on the hype train of doing this. I think if she returns at the Royal Rumble, I'd have her win it.
Wow, really? That's a big thing to say. That's a really big thing to say. To be honest, her winning the Rumble and her facing Bianca would be interesting. Would be very interesting.
I don't know if she would be a Raw person though.
You don't? You think Charlotte?
I think she would go Charlotte because I think they'd have her on SmackDown because that's where her husband's at mostly.
True, true, true. That is true.
Um,
Do you think maybe she turns heel and joins the Bloodline, or
I think she would join the Bloodline, but you never know how the storyline's going to be with them. You know,
yeah, exactly.
so like in the future because it's going to break apart eventually with stuff happening. So I don't know. Um, you know what? Fuck it. I was going to wait on it to say something about it, but I'm not going to. Right after this topic, it'll be our last topic. And it kind of goes over with the Royal Rumble. But something at WrestleMania that was talked about was John Cena and Cody Rhodes. That would be insane. Cena and Cody Rhodes.
If not Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, then Cody Rhodes, John Cena would be very nice. I would like that. I would like to see that match.
That was being talked about, but they scrapped that. But that would be insane. That'd be a good match too. I would
It
really.
would.
But what I was talking about with the Royal Rumble, if you've seen the Royal Rumble poster and everything, you got lightning, right? And everything in the poster. That's The Rock at the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Like that sort of electricity. They're pretty much just saying, "Yep, The Rock's gonna be here."
Look, I'll say this here. I know they've been on the fence if he's going to be there or not. I think they've already got an answer, and they're not saying it.
Yep, yeah, so do I. To be honest, why would you? Like,
No,
if The
no,
Rock has said yes, why would you? Why would you reveal it?
I would come out and say that he's not going to be there.
Yeah, true. Like, just be like, yeah, he's not going to be there. No, definitely not.
Someone just do an article and then just basically say, oh, he's not going to be there, and have everyone talking about it and be like, well, guess we're going with Cody and all that. And then, bam, he comes and shows up after Roman's match. Not in the Royal Rumble,
Not in the Royal Rumble. Yeah,
but,
let's make that clear. Not in
but,
the
but, but
Rumble. We don't want him to win the Rumble.
match. And bam, looks at him, got the WrestleMania sign, rock bottom, one of the main events right there.
Yeah, agreed.
And even if the lightning and all that isn't for him, I mean, you got to know they knew they were pushing the limit when they did this lightning, because most electrifying man, and then you got lightning. They knew what the hell they were doing. Even if he doesn't show up, they teasing him no
They
matter what.
teased it. Yeah, yeah.
They,
You
they,
already knew they did that with the intention of teasing The Rock, whether
yeah.
he's going to be there or not. So they knew exactly what they were doing.
Um. Okay. Let's go with it now. Do you think he'll be at Royal Rumble? Yes or no?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so too. I had a pretty even before this, I had a good feeling if he's going to fight one more last time and it's going to be against Roman, he better fucking do it now.
Yeah.
This is like the best
It's now or
point.
never, essentially.
It's like the now or never. And his body is getting to the point where, hey, now, when you're getting in a fight, and especially with someone like Roman, your body going to be damn sore the next couple of days, next week too. So better do it now and say, hey, TV shows, movies, y'all got to hold off for a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
But yes, I do think The Rock will be there, like you do. So
Whether he appears in the Rumble or after Roman, that remains to be seen.
yeah, I don't think he should be in the Royal Rumble. But
No.
my question to you is, and then you can ask yours to me or whatever topic. My topic is going to be your top 5 most favorite. It doesn't have to be the best. Most favorite intercontinental champions.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh
This
God.
from about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save it for another one. Appreciate it.
Shit.
Um.
Okay. I'm gonna have to think of rates from the top of my
Okay.
head. Yay.
It doesn't have to be in order, because for me, mine's definitely not going to be in order. But let's just say you name one, I'll name one. So we got 5 to name. So I'll let you name yours first. One.
Oh God. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna go specific like this tolerate from this like date to this day. I'm just gonna go like
No, don't have to do that.
yeah, just a champion and his best rating, quote unquote. So I'm gonna go for one of the recent ones here. I'm gonna go The Miz. The Miz is definitely one of the best intercontinental champions of all time. He just is. Like so.
You really took my first one. I was like, oh, I hope he really don't say The Miz.
It's just an obvious one, isn't it? Like the Miz like made the IC title what it is for the past like few years. Oh, this Vince news is unfortunately ruined by optimism for this year's WrestleMania. It's not completely ruined by optimism for this year's WrestleMania. I think this year's WrestleMania will still be very good. But yeah, it doesn't really bode well for the future of the
Yeah.
company if Vince has some sort of power in the company. So yeah, it's put a dampener on things for certain.
if you missed the beginning of the podcast, I'll just really say what I think. He's there to sell the business and to get a deal and all that. And I think they should have that done before WrestleMania if they're really serious about it. And they need to get the hell on with Vince.
Yeah.
So we talked about Vince like the first 10 minutes. You want to rewind it or just watch it after we get done? First 10 minutes or 11 or 12 minutes is to Vince. So we're not
Yeah.
going. No disrespect. I'm glad you came in the stream, but we're not going to talk about that old man anymore. We're going to
No,
talk
not
this
anymore.
Continental Champion.
We're done with that. We're done with that senile old man.
Yeah, we're done with Vince. You're going to watch the first 11, 12-ish minutes. We talk about Vince there.
All right. Anyway, back to the Miz. Back to someone who's actually worth a damn. Um, yeah, like he made the IC title like very important from like 2016 to like 2018. Like
Mm.
that's when like the best of the Miz was with the IC title. I could just like think back to some of his matches with like, for example, one of the most underrated ones was against Seth Rollins at Backlash that
Mm-hmm.
1 year. That was very underrated. Like nobody expected that match to be as good as it was, but that banged. Um, Another amazing match. Probably my favorite match of like all of his reigns was Extreme Rules 2016. That fatal four way between Miz, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing match.
Bang.
Amazing match. Yeah, banger. One of my favorite fatal four ways of all time. So yeah, the Miz is Miz is my first one.
I'm surprised there's one thing you didn't say about that. Dolph Ziggler.
What? Oh, Dolph, of course, the Dolph feud. Yes,
Oh,
of
man.
course, of
Um,
course.
Overall, what you said was great. Don's, I didn't mean to sound like a douche if I said that wrong. And everything about the Vince thing. I was just wanting to make sure that you knew it was the first 11 or 12 minutes. I didn't want to be a douche. I just don't want to talk about that and again.
No.
But yes, The Miz is one of mine as well, easily. The Miz, like you said, 16 to 18, he elevated the Intercontinental Championship as best as he could under a Vince McMahon type of thing. Now, don't let it credit wrong. SmackDown was really good at that time. So, him in that creation with Daniel Bryan and everything too was really, really damn good. Um, I think everyone has seen it so many times, that talking smack segment where he goes off on Bryan, saying, you
Yeah.
can.
Oh, everyone's seen that. Everyone's seen that at some point.
That was amazing. The Miz with his promos his promos has always been good, but that era was probably the best promos he's ever had.
That
So
was prime Miz. Prime Miz.
the thing, if the Miz is the first one that we say on the list, that shows you how good the Miz was as Intercontinental Champion.
Oh,
Second,
100%. Ooh, okay. I mean, he's the one with the most reigns, so he's got to be up there. Chris Jericho. Yeah, Chris Jericho. He's got to be up there. The most IC tolerated in history. Um, yeah, some of the matches, some of the feuds he had during all of his Intercontinental title reigns were pretty solid. So yeah, I can't really like go really much in depth with like Jericho's reign, because like I wasn't watching wrestling at the time, but I did go back and watch a lot of his matches as IC champion, and yeah, I was pretty impressed with what I saw. So yeah, Jericho's my number two.
yeah, Jericho is mine too, because Jericho probably gonna have a lot of similarities with ours. Um, Jericho for me Jericho's always been solid throughout his career. It's like when you think he's maybe a little washed up, like he had that stint where he was getting big on AEW and then he came back looking better than ever. When you think he's maybe done or quote unquote washed, I hate the term washed. I really, really do.
Washed, yeah.
I really, really do. Um, but a lot of people thought he might have been done and stuff like that. then he comes back and he's literally done so many good matches recently. I mean, I haven't seen any of them, but to be honest, a lot of people have just said good things about Chris, and he's one of those that just keeps on doing good matches, and his intercontinental championship reigns was really good, just overall in general. Third
Yep,
one.
agrees. Oh, third. Oh, God. Do you know what? You go next. Like you go with your third one because I need to think about this.
Okay, so y'all are gonna laugh at me for this. Y'all really probably gonna laugh at me for this if you watch it this far. So hopefully some of y'all haven't. No, I'm just kidding. Trust me, I need the most watch time I can. Uh, um, my third one, just because he was so damn funny and he had a unique thing to him that he do, and this time period, and I'm talking about Jeff Jarrett, Double J. Um, Hitting people with guitars, putting Mae Young, Moolah, and figure fours, and just not giving no craps. I mean, it was on his way out, anyways. But like I don't know, that character man was fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie, and his reign was pretty decent, good as well. So it's not talking about best title reigns. It's talking about just one of your favorites. So that would be one of my favorites.
Right, fair enough. I'm going to go Shawn Michaels here for my number three. Yeah, like if you like think back to like a lot of Shawn Michaels' best matches, like especially in the earlier part of his career, a lot of those was when he was IC champion. Like like all I need to say is ladder match WrestleMania, like and you know exactly the one I'm talking about, like against like Scott Hall. So I mean that alone brings his reign up there with some of the best. So um, yeah, he's got to be up there for me. So yeah, Shawn Michaels my number three.
I don't know if you're gonna have my last one because you might have this one because I say it. I don't know. But my fourth one is going to be because he was really damn good with this gimmick and his reign was good. He made, and I kind of wish he still wrestled, and that is Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. I like it. His reign was very good. To be fair, I like it. Probably not going to be on my list, but it's one of the honorable mentions. But yeah, I like it. Da, 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 number four.
Oh yeah, you done for it because you looking it up.
Uh,
I can
um,
looking at the screen. Come on now. But it's all good because whatever topic you come up with, I might not be able to do good with either.
um, God, okay. I'm gonna go number four, Bret Hart. Can't go wrong with Bret. Can't go wrong with Bret Hart with a lot of his matches to the FDIC title. So yeah, Bret Hart, my number four. What about your number five? Let's see what you
Um,
have.
Now most of mine are probably not going to be a lot of people that don't do best, but I'm going to give him a shout out because man, he deserves one, and I mentioned him earlier, and that would be Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, I like it.
Shelton would be my number five or my fifth one. That would name.
God.
Mm.
right. Um. Oh, I'm struggling with this fifth one. I really am. Fuck. Da 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 da. Da. God. Trying to think of any recent ones that I really enjoyed. That's the thing. There isn't a lot of recent IC tolerance that have been like extremely good from my memory.
I will say Gunther will be in my top five. Like if I did a top five, like in a few years from now, Gunther would probably be by
Gunther will be up there.
my
Oh,
Gunther
he will be up there.
that current. But if he wasn't current Intercontinental Championship, he would be on my list easily.
Oh, easily, easily. Two stand out for me. Like two more stand out for me. It is old because I can't really think of any recent tolerants that have been able to stand up in the test of time. But um, it's either going to be Mr. Perfect or it's going to be Randy Savage for my number five. I'm having to pick between the two. Which one did Which one have I seen the most matches of? Probably Mr. Perfect. Probably Mr. Perfect. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mr. Perfect by number five because I actually have seen quite a few of his matches as Intercontinental Champion. In fact, I haven't seen like a whole bunch of his matches, but the majority, if not pretty much nearly all of his matches that I have seen, have been from his title reign. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Mr. Perfect as my number five.
Okay, okay. What topic? Hey, did you figure up a topic for me? Just because
I did
look,
actually.
look. I always surprise you, and I feel like you
Yeah.
should surprise me every once in a while.
I did. All right then. All right, top five finishers of all time.
Oh fuck. Okay. Okay. Top five. Oh, yeah, I like. I really do. Top five. You want me to go in order or?
Yeah, in order. I'm gonna
Uh,
make this even more difficult because I'm a bitch. It
mm,
has to be in order.
mm, uh-huh.
I
Mm, mm, mm. Um. mm. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. But what's crazy is I've already got my top three.
wonder if we're gonna have the same bunch.
I don't think we might, but I don't think so all the way. Um. Let's see here. Now I got to figure out four and five. Um. Mm, tough, tough, tough. Uh. Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, this is tough one. This is a tough one. Why don't you go with five since you threw it on me?
I like that. All right then. Um, number five. I'm going to go with the stunner to start off. Always love the Stone Cold Stunner. Like just the fact that it could just be hit out of nowhere, like sometimes. And yeah, obviously Stone Cold made that move his own. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Stone Cold Stunner as my number five.
Man, I really feel bad for this finishing move that I got number five. No, actually, I'm gonna switch them. I'm glad you said you're number five because that's my number five.
The Stunner.
Because this one, that's even though it's only going to be moved up to four for me, it's a great finisher. So I'll do the stunner as 5-2. I think it's one of those things. It's out of nowhere and everything, like you said. Most of these, okay, -1 is not real, is kind of out of nowhere. So kind of. One of them is not. I mean, easily, but yeah, the Stunner's number five for me. I mean, Stone Cold made it into a move it is, and now Kevin Owens uses it. I don't mind What do you think about Kevin Owens using it? I don't think we've ever brought it up, but I don't really mind it that much. I just wish
I
he
don't.
with it a little bit more if he was going to use it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I personally, but I've always preferred Kevin Owens using the pop up power
Me-
bomb as his finisher because it's his move. Um, but I do like he uses a stutter. I think he should use a stutter occasionally, like when like he needs it. Essentially, like when the pop up power bomb doesn't get the job done, for example. Like most of the time, he uses the pop up power bomb. When it doesn't get the job done, then he pulls out the stutter. That is what I wish he would sort of do. But yeah, me personally, I prefer the pop up power bomb with him using it. But I don't mind him using the stutter. I don't. I think it suits him, to be honest.
All right, since I got mine, I'll go. I'll go next. Once again, I'll go with my number 4, and that's the Styles Clash.
Oh god, damn it! That's in my top five too. For fuck's sake! I mean, it's not four, but it's in my top five.
Yeah, you'll understand why it's number 4 for me. You'll understand.
Why is it in your top four? Top five, I should say.
Like, why is it, or why is it not higher?
Is that what you meant? Like, why is it not like higher in the
Yeah,
list? Ah, okay, I got you.
if these other 3 moves didn't exist, it would be higher on my list.
Fair, fair. Um, I'm gonna go with my number four and say the pedigree.
Okay, that's not in my top 5, believe it or not.
Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, I've always loved the pedigree when Triple H pulls it out. So, and Seth Rollins does a great job of using it nowadays. So, like especially when Seth like counters a spear into a pedigree, I think that's a great spot that he does occasionally. So yeah, I've always loved the pedigree. So I'll go with that as number four.
I don't know what he calls it in AEW, but in WWE he called it the Red Arrow. So Neville's.
Oh yes, yes. He calls it the Black Arrow in AEW. But yeah, oh the Red Arrow, what a move! What a move! Oh yeah, fair enough, fair enough. That's probably going to be an honorable mention for me because I do love that move.
Top 5. That move is hard to do.
It's really
It's
hard to do.
great. It's great. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Um, all right, my number three is going to be the Styles Clash.
Okay.
Yeah, AJ is one of my favorite wrestlers, if not part of my favorite wrestler of all time. So yeah, and I've always loved the Styles Clash. In fact, I wish the Styles Clash was protected more. I hate that in WWE it doesn't put like people away as much as it like does. Like he sort of like goes for the phenomenal forearm to put people away, which I do love the phenomenal forearm myself. But in terms of like the amount of times he's connected the Styles Clash and people have kicked out of it, it infuriates me. Because back in Impact, well, I'll say TNA as it was called then, and in Japan when he pulled out the Styles Clash, rarely anybody kicked out of it. Rarely. So the fact that people kick out of it quite regularly in WWE kind of frustrates me. But yeah, Styles Clash is my number three.
My number 2 is the RKO.
Same here. Same here. Yeah, my number two as well. I wonder if we'll have the same number one. Probably. But yeah, of course the RKO is going to be like right up there, like number two or number one, because like it's probably one of the most iconic wrestling moves of all time, just because it got turned into a meme with the whole RKO out of nowhere, Randy Orton thing. So, and yeah, just the fact that he can hit it absolutely out of nowhere, anywhere in a match
It's crazy.
is yeah, it never fails to get a pop. Never fails.
And he finds different ways to do it.
Yeah, like every single time you think like, oh yeah, like there's no way you can execute an RKO from here, and all of a sudden he just does it like out of nowhere. Like even when you sort of expect it, like an RKO to pop up at some point, just the way he hits it in certain like parts of the match, you're just like, I did not see that fucking coming. What the hell?
Exactly.
So like some of the best ones, like against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. That's probably my favorite RKO of all time. Just how Seth Rollins got in the air like such airtime is ridiculous to me.
Now,
Evan Bourne's like the one with Evan Bourne as well. That shooting star. I could watch that over again.
everybody says Evan Bourne was that RKO was the best, but for me, it's Seth.
It's Seth.
Just because
It's gotta be.
or he got in the air with that push off and everything, it was great.
It's so satisfying to watch every single time. But yeah, the RKO's number 2 for me as well. So
do we have?
yeah, I wonder if we have the same one.
I don't know.
All right.
One.
All right, all right. We'll go on 3, and then we'll say it. 3, 2, 1. Tombstone Pile Driver.
Oh shit! No, we don't.
Oh, we don't. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Well, yeah. Tombstone Pile Driver is my number 1. Like, it's not a move you can execute out of nowhere. Well, sometimes the Undertaker did. Like, for example, like when someone's on the other like side of the ropes and then he sort of like just pulls it back in all of a sudden into the tombstone, or someone like he catches him in midair into the tombstone, like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania into that moonsault into the tombstone. What finish? But yeah, it's just an iconic move, and like every time it hits, I'm just like, yep, it's over. It's over. It's like you're not kicking out of that. So yeah, Tombstone Pile Driver has always been one of my favorite moves of all time. So yeah, Tombstone is my number 1.
Yeah, they Undertaker fans going to really hate me when they don't see that in my top 5. But I feel like you should have knew my number 1, and that is the F5.
F5. Yeah, I knew it was. After I saw you didn't do Tombstone, I sort of knew the F5 was coming.
So the F5 for me with Brock, he can somewhat catch you out of nowhere and do it. Also he don't have to. So that's the beauty of things, honestly, with that. So that'd be my number 1. So my top 5 would be the Stunner at 5, South Clash at 4, Red Arrow, Black Arrow from Neville from Pac at 3, RKO at 2, and then F5 at 1. That's my top 5.
Mine is Stunner at number 5, Pedigree at number 4, Styles Clash at number 3, RKO at number 2, and Tombstone Pile Driver at number 1.
Pretty good.
Pretty good top 5 list from both of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I like it.
Pretty good list. But other than that, I really don't have anything else. I don't know if you do. I don't think so.
I'll touch on Liverpool, I guess, even though they're making me suffer. I hate my life because of Liverpool at the moment. But yeah, we got Wolves in the FA Cup tomorrow. I bloody hope we win because it may be our only chance of winning a trophy this season. I'm not going to lie to you. Because we're already out of the Carabao Cup because of Man City. Cheers, Man City. Premier League, we have no fucking chance. We need to get top 4, but we lost against Brentford, so that's really hurt our chances. After a bunch of teams from above us dropped points themselves, so it was a good chance to get closer to them, but we fucked it, didn't we? Because of course we did. We love to make things difficult for ourselves. So yeah, Premier League, no chance. Champions League, it all depends. But we've got Real Madrid in the round of 16, so good luck us. Yeah, so yeah, FA Cup is all that's left essentially if we get knocked out of the Champions League. So yeah, FA Cup may be our only chance. So yeah, bring on the FA Cup, bring on Wolves. Hope we win. With Gakpo, I hope he starts. We better fucking start. He better be on the bench at least. He better be available. I think Klopp has said he's definitely available for the match. Whether he starts is remain to be seen, but I hope he starts and I hope he has a good showing. I'm excited to see what he can bring. But yeah, hopefully we can get the 3 points. I don't really have much else to say apart from the lead up to Wolves in the FA Cup because everything else has just been sort of like meh. I mean, I could talk about the loss against Brentford, but I really don't want to relive that pain. Bring on Brentford. In terms of like signing a midfielder, I hate Klopp's mindset of like trusting the players he's already got. Like, I don't know if he genuinely believes that. He genuinely believes like, oh yeah, I trust the players I have 100%, the ones I already have. Or he's just saying that because FSG will let him spend and get people in, which could be the case because FSG are pricks. And that's me putting it very lightly. I could say all the names under the rainbow for FSG. Oh, I could go on, but yeah. Hope we get new owners soon, please. I beg. Give us a Saudi money. Give us Saudi money so we can spend like Man City. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Just pretty much hope. I hope Gakpo has a good showing. I hope we get the 3 points. Well, not 3 points because it's not the league. But I hope we get the win. We move on to the next round. Hopefully, we don't make it extremely difficult for ourselves and take it to penalties because I don't want to go through another heart attack, please. So yeah. Apart from that, yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. Bring on the mighty Reds, and I can't wait for me to hate my life by the end of it tomorrow. Yay!
Sounds like it. My American football team, Tampa Bay. Let's just say, I've had they are a very talented team, just like Liverpool is. So I'm not going to compare the two, but they are a very talented team, and they won their division, but their division sucks this year. So we got lucky, and but we've got the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, and you should know Tom Brady. I hope you know.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Like even though I don't watch the sport,
Okay,
I know who he is.
I was about to say something might be wrong with you if you didn't, but we've got to go, and he hasn't looked too good. I mean, damn, he's 45 years old, but he's still playing so good. But
Yeah,
he hasn't played as well. But he had his best game last game. Mike Evans, one of the greatest Buccaneers to ever play. He had a great game. I still hope this. I still have hope that this team actually makes a run and might actually make a big run. Never know, could win it all. I could see it, but not really. But it's my team, and just like anybody that's a fan of their team is always going to have hope. That false hope.
yeah. That's it. That's it.
The false
See,
hope.
that's what killed me. That's what killed me last season. League. We brought it to the final day. The chips fell so well, so well. Aston Villa were 2-0 up against Man City. If Man City lose and we win our game, we win the league. It was it was good. It was good. It was so great. They were like it was the second half, late in the second half. They were still 2-0 down. It was still 0-0 between us and Wolves. Funny enough, it's Wolves. But yeah, we were still 0-0, but like we were doing well. So it was like our goal is coming, so we were going to win this match. I had no doubt about that. Then I hear Man City has brought it back to 2-1. All right, then sound. Come on, Aston Villa. Let's just hold out for the last bit, then we'll get our goal and it will all be good. 2-2. All right, shit. Aston Villa, please, no, don't do this. Then we score. So 1-0. Actually, I think even if Man City drew, I think we still won the league. So like at that point, I was like, oh yeah, we've got this. We're gonna win the league. Blah blah blah. A couple of minutes later, Man City 3-2.
Yeah.
Fuck. Ended 3-2 Man City and they won the league. It was just lost by a point. It's just pain. But yeah, like it's the false hope. So hope that gets you. Like they dangle the carrot of hope in front of your face and they yank it away last second. It's just like really.
That's what Tampa did last year in the playoffs because they scored. The Rams literally had, and the Rams ended up winning the Super Bowl and all that. The Rams literally had a minute, less than a minute, and it went to like third down. You got 4 downs in American football and all that. And we literally play man to man, which is man on man. Not like if you play the zone, you know how defenses play in the zone. Like if football, like y'all's football, play like in a little
Yeah,
box zone or whatever formation, like
yeah,
defensive formation. That's what it would be for American football. Nah, this was man to man, and we blitzed, and we literally did man to man to one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and we literally didn't have to do that. We literally could have played zone, and we could have made them run the clock out, try to kick a field goal to tie it up with us. We go to overtime, right? Or maybe we even win. Nah, we allow a touchdown because of that stupid stuff. So that's the problem
Jesus.
for me from last year. So I'm just hoping somehow, some way they play better and play better at the right time because teams do get hot, and I could see my team doing that, but there has to be a lot of components
Yeah.
for that to happen for me. But
Yeah, this season, sports has not gone my way whatsoever. Liverpool is shit. Gold State Warriors are inconsistent as fuck.
yeah, they are.
Like it's legit been up and down. I don't know what's going on with them. Sometimes we win, then we lose, then we win, then we lose, then we win, then we lose, then we win a couple in a row, then we lose a couple in a row. And then I'm just like, oh, lads, what's going on? Like,
Yeah,
where's the consistency that we had last season? That we actually won the championship. Like, come on.
yeah.
Uh,
Y'all beat my Mavericks and everything, and Dallas always starts off slow, and then they have a winning streak. We just went on a 7-game winning streak, and then we lost. And like they always do this, and I feel like we got the league MVP this year, which is Luka Doncic. So
what
uh,
a player. To be fair, what a player.
Luka is a bad man. If you haven't seen any Luka highlights, you just type in
Oh, I have.
you just
Oh,
type
I have.
in,
Plenty.
and I guarantee you that 60-point triple double showing he had will pop up because that he's a bad man. I still think they got to do a trade somewhere somehow, but that team will be in the playoffs. I'm not really worried about that. So, I mean, other than that, because college football is done, so I'm not really worrying about college football. But when it comes to college football, that's that year that when that's happening, I'm more into anything. I'm not more into anything than that. But
But yeah, the season is a big contrast to what last season was in terms of sports to me. Last season was so good. Like Liverpool won 2 trophies, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Gold State Warriors win the NBA championship. I was loving life when it comes to sports at that time. Like Wales, like qualified for the World Cup. I mean, Wales rugby was literally the only thing that sucked last time round. So but yeah, now Liverpool is shit. Golden State Warriors are consistent. Wales, when it comes to international football, are coming off our worst performances in years in the World Cup. Yay. And Wales rugby is still shit, but we'll see in a couple of months for the Six Nations if we can improve, which I'm pretty sure we won't. So yeah, your boy is suffering when it comes to sports recently. Yeah, I'm not having a good time. Not having a good time at all.
I'll be seeing if I'm going to have a good time when Tampa gets in the playoffs and see who they because they'll be facing the Cowboys the first round most likely. I think Dallas. Let's just say Dallas's playoff runs are pretty bad. They can't really win a playoff game. But after that game, I'm really worried for them. I honestly, but I don't know. But I think that's all for the podcast. If you haven't
Yep, I
already,
think that's everything.
yeah, if you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're watching on demand, if not, hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. I think I'm at 408. I might be up now. I don't know because we've been live streaming, but greatly appreciate it. This is day 6 of consistency, and I've got 24, 25 more days of it. Oh damn! I'm gonna be honest with you. It's I've stayed with it really good, minus yesterday because I literally slept the entire fucking day away if I went in for work. I'm not gonna, but
Sometimes it's gotta happen.
But yeah, this is day 6. If I could tell you what I do for day 7, no idea. It'll just loaded whenever, maybe a stream. I don't know. It was a good episode. Thank you, Blake. I really do appreciate it.
Here's
If you
Blake.
most of the time, I really do. I mean, that's a damn long time. What's that? Let's see, hour and a half. Let's see, hour 45 minutes. So that's if you've been here for most of it, I greatly appreciate it. That's going to help my watch time, low key. I keep saying that, and I know I'm joking around, but seriously wise, if I can get to the subscriber mark of 1,000 with monetization, whatever, I don't really care about that. I just want to get to that stage where I have that and all that. I gotta have a hell of a lot of time of watch time and public watch hours. I don't. I never understood why you have that. The subscriber mark, I understand. The watch time and all that, I don't know. But yes. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Next week, I don't know which day yet, but we'll figure it out. Episode 50. We might try to figure out something big for it or topics. Let's see. It'll What's today? The 6th? Be the 6th. Royal Rumble's on what? The 28th?
I think so, yeah. We
Okay.
could do Royal Rumble predictions. I mean, I don't think the cards will be fleshed out by then, but we'll
Uh,
see.
no, we can't do that. We gotta wait till that week before, probably, or
So
like
probably episode 51 of
no, wait,
that.
52,
Oh, 52, yeah.
because we'll probably do that episode maybe. Well, I don't know what day, but sometime that week before Saturday, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll have to. So yeah, I can't wait for Royal Rumble because I'll be with a buddy and his girlfriend and my wife will be there. We'll be at their house watching the Royal Rumble. We've been doing that with them for pay-per-view events since Extreme Rules. So we've been trying to do that low key more. That just shows because he wasn't into it that much, but with Triple H back, and let's hope he stays back all the way. Um, like literally, Triple H has re-energized my love for wrestling because of him taking
Same
over.
here.
So
Same here.
so I'll always bring that up every time, and I greatly appreciate Triple H doing that. And I hope it stays the same. Let's just that's
Fingers
the
crossed.
that's the one thing I really fear. That's probably the one thing.
Yeah.
But all right. Hope you guys have a great night. You too as well, Felix.
Thank
I
you.
I thought I really was gonna mess up there, but caught myself. Um, you probably wasn't watching one of my streams, but I legit fucked up and said the other thing. But
That's cool.
yeah,
A bunch of people have like already like messed up and accidentally called me the other name, but it's fine. I knew going into the new name that like people are gonna say the other name just out of pure like instinct, like and all that. So it doesn't bother me when people like accidentally say it because it is what it is. People need to get used to the new name. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. So yeah,
yeah.
sound.
I low key when I did it, I was like, I corrected myself so quick. Okay, at least I got this out of the way before the podcast and everything. Hey, low key, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, you will.
Make sure, god damn it, make sure.
Yes. I literally did that so I would not mess it up or anything.
I appreciate the dedication.
Yeah. All right, this is episode 49. Appreciate y'all for coming in. We talked about a lot of stuff. You can rewatch it on demand. If you do, I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button, really do. If you're not subscribed, what the fuck are you doing? Do it. And yeah, until next week sometime. Don't know which day, but you'll see like a short or something from me, and I'll whoever just liked it, greatly appreciate it. Who that short a short I'll do. I always do it maybe the day of or the day before. I always do it when I know we're doing it. So I always let y'all know on the short. So and everything. It might not be the title of it, but I'll always do it a day or so before. But hope you have a good day over there and have a great one. And let's hope SmackDown's a good one. I feel like it's going to be.
Let's hope so. I'm
Uh,
not going to be able to watch it because I'll be at work. But
uh,
actually, because it's so dead, because it's actually so dead in my work at the moment. Because January is such a dead month in general when it comes to
yeah,
work and all that. I might have a lot of free time during work, so I'll probably like have the network on my phone occasionally and just take a glance of what's going on. So maybe I'll do that, but I won't be able to fully watch the show like I would if I was at home. So, but yeah, hopefully it'll be a good show tonight.
that's stupid. You shouldn't be working.
Unfortunately, man's got to make that money.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately for me, like this would be the day I work overtime, and since I'm not hired on from that place all the way yet, I can literally come in. I have the choice of coming in or not. So that's the.
Oh, fair play.
But I'd rather go in most of the time just so I can get that extra money. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But all right,
All
I'm
right.
gonna get out here and everything. Let you be. Hope you guys have a great one, and might do a SmackDown recap review. Might not. I don't know. In the air depends what happens. See y'all. Peace out.
Take care.